Hello, hello, hello. I'm Chris Angel. How is everyone today? Here in the South Florida area, it is extremely cold. We're talking got into the 30s. I'm in the Fort Lauderdale area, and I think when I woke up this morning around 7, it was 35 degrees. I think it got a little bit cooler overnight, but whoo, this is really chilly, and my house does not have central heat, so I'm a cold Chris Angel. I'm going to turn webcam off because you guys really don't need to see it, and we're going to go on with our day. Okay, so what we're doing today, I have some things in my pocket, and I think we can continue on our garden. And I just want to speak for a moment about the new update, the 3.0 update. I don't know if anybody has tried a Slumber Island with a friend. I got to do that yesterday, which is why I didn't upload a video. Oh my goodness, how much fun did I have with that? That was really, really a lot of fun. Now, since most of the things that I have in my storage happened to be winter things, because before I tore this island down, it was a Christmas island. I had used a treasure island because I've gone through the whole grinding and doing everything that we do for the regular game. I had done that a couple of times at this point, so I do really, really enjoy the decorating aspect of this game. So I used a treasure island and created a Christmas island, and I've been really, really happy with it. Ooh, no, those aren't right. That one ball's a little bit too big here, so let's try this again. Okay, let's see if we can make a perfect snowboy. I'm not so sure about this one. That does look about right. This might not be perfect. Not 100% sure. Oh, no, it is perfection. Okay. I eyeballed it. But to me, it's just fun to do this. All right. So, since most of the things that I have in my storage do happen to be winter and Christmas, I need to get hold of some other things to really do a good Slumber Island. So the first thing I did is I picked a small island, and we started building another kind of a Christmas island, but a small one. And I cannot tell you how much fun we have. Now, I also noticed that if I had something in my storage or in my catalog that he didn't, and he wanted to use it, just letting him pick it up, it would then be in his catalog for the purpose of the Slumber Island. I don't think it'll be in his catalog on his regular home island, but for instance, I had a chair. Oh, I forgot my pockets are full. Just drop it. For instance, he had a chair that he wanted to use, and he didn't have it, but I did. So okay. So I put one out, and he was able to move it. And then if he picked it up, I said, oh, but if you look in your log, you'll probably see that chair again. So that's exactly what happened. So what I'm doing here, I got some things to start decorating this area. Now I put this here so that in the future, do I need to have a back one? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do need to have a back one. So that if I would like to hit a rock, I'm not going to have to dig holes. So most likely I'll put a gyroid or a bunny or something around each of these. But I'm going to have, I think, so that's one. And then I need to be back one. Don't I? I can't remember. No, I don't think I do, come to think of it. Okay, let's put this back where it was. I think it still works, because that's where we would have the hole. Okay, so we can probably put a bunny or something like that. I don't have enough stuff yet because my pockets were full, but for now we can put some Turkey Day garden stands around some of the rocks. I can even put some hedging or a fence or something. Maybe we can put some fencing around them, just for a little variety. And we can see how it looks and change it up. But we can at least start with something. And I got mostly red and white flowers. We'll probably have to get some more flowers here. Oh boy, that's not a turkey day stand, is it? Okay, yes it is. All right. All right, so let's start that and start putting some flowers in. Now this is going to have to either be some sort of a decoration or a fence or something. So I'm going to skip that spot here and we'll put a red flower. And next to that, we'll put a white flower. And we'll do a nice little mix of things. I think we're going to probably need more flowers. So, I do like a lot of these. They're so pretty, a lot of these flowers. All right. Now, there's a couple of creators that are just, they're just so much, they're so much more talented than me. But we're going to do our best here. They are able to get through these, and they're also better at editing and things like that, which I just can't do yet. I just learned how to use a capture card, so give me a break. But we'll see what we can do. I have my storage shed over a little ways. So maybe over here we can have something else, maybe some bunny garden decorations. Let's go look and see what else we have in here. I also raided my other island and got some other things that I'll be able to use on some of the slumber islands. But I could not believe how much fun it was to do those slumber islands. I really enjoyed that. Maybe we can use a mum cushion. Maybe we can put one of these, a glowing moss stool, or something, and put a gyroid on top of it. For now, let's just keep it uniform for now, and then maybe we can change it up.
Can I help you? What are you so curious about?
Well, it just turned out to be a horrible disaster. I do like a mix of things, so I have a feeling that some of this will probably change. We can probably keep some of it. Now, on the turkey garden stands, I thought that we could either put bouquets of flowers, or we can put a gyroid, or just some other thing to make some fun. Mix of flowers. So what's everybody think of the update? Couldn't believe I actually was not as excited about it as I thought I might have been, but then when I started doing some things, I really did have a lot of fun. I did not expect Slumber Islands to be as fun as it wound up being. It is a little bit different. The mechanics for using the tools are a little bit different than we're used to, so that can be a little bit jarring at first if you're not used to it, and I had to adjust and start to learn that. But as we were going along, first my friend and I were working independently, and he was doing like a little restaurant area. He said, "Do you mind if I build a restaurant?" I said, "No, go for it. Feel free. Go right ahead." And so he started building a restaurant area on the beach, and I said, "You know what I'd like to do? I would like to, I think, build a railroad around the entire island." And as I said, I'd picked a small island, so that didn't wind up being too tough to do. We might put some glowing moss around here too, just for fun. And so we first started independently. I put a railroad track all around the island. Now, as I think a couple of creators have mentioned, it can be a little bit tough because you have to incorporate and bring over all of your all of the custom codes that you want to use, because you cannot get to a custom code type of a place from the Slumber Island. You have to just take codes that you already have. So that can be, that can be a little bit tedious. But to be honest, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It just wasn't. So that was nice. And then he was able to incorporate a couple of his so that we could both have use of those. Now it's going to be interesting if I go back to that Slumber Island by myself. Am I going to have some of those still there or not? All right, let's pick up some more flowers. So yeah, I'm curious to see that, if we'll have that. Do I have any more red ones? I think I did not get some of the hyacinths. We didn't, our pockets are full, we'll have to go back. Okay. And also the cosmos. We didn't get too many of those either. So what I thought we could do, like right here, so this is my little sneaky way of never having to dig a hole again. Now, I will admit, before, when I made my my Christmas island, I didn't worry about the rocks. And the reason why was because the rocks really, they didn't mean much to me, because I was only building an island. But now that they've incorporated the hotel and some other things, you know what? That's a lot of fun. And so, why not build and play as only we can do? That it's meant to enjoy. Yes, I enjoy the building aspect a lot, but it doesn't mean I can't play the hotel and do some other things as well. All right, let's put down a rabbit over here. A little dark. Maybe I'll put that color rabbit on the lighter dirt. Let's see if we can find one of the white ones. Okay. And then over here, what can we put here? We got a couple of different things. Let's put a gnome. And I figured on here we could put a holiday candle or the lilies or a tabletop festive tree. We'll just make a light variety of things. Is that candle on? It is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. Maybe over here. I don't think we will see the bunny from here, so maybe we'll just, on this one, maybe on both sides of this, we can just put a fence, because it doesn't really matter, because you can't really see it. And I'll do the same thing for this one, since it's on the side. And then over here, again, maybe we can put the bunny. Is that the darker one? No, that one's good. Okay, and over here, we can put a gnome. Didn't I get more than one gnome? I did not? Did we run out of... I guess we did. Okay. Well, maybe we'll just put another bunny. And I think I'm going to have him turn the other way. There. Maybe not. We'll just have him facing forward, so you can at least still see him. Okay, so over here, maybe we can put the lilies. And over here, not a garbage can. We can put a tabletop festive tree. Do I have any more lilies? Oh, no, here we can put a choroid. I kind of like the bubble ones. I think they're really, really, really cute. Now over here, I think, again, we would be better off putting maybe a candle or some flowers or another festive tree. All right, so let's once again go to the storage and see what we can do. But first, let's put a few things away. All right, since it doesn't look like we're going to need any more of that, we'll put that away. And, oh, I do have another holiday candle. Okay, fair enough. Garbage can, bench. I'll keep him out because I can't remember whether we had put one. Oh, no, we did. Okay, we'll put him away. Whoops, we'll put him away. The holiday candle. Tabletop festive tree. Okay, well, that'll work for now. Okay, so let's get some more flowers. We'll get a couple of hyacinths. And cosmos. I don't think I picked cosmos. So we'll get some of those. I'm notoriously bad at not figuring out how much room I have in my pockets. Oh, that's it. All right, so let's go and plant some more flowers around our pretty garden. And we'll get there. I think, as I said, we're going to have like an entrance around here. So that part, I might even take up the dirt path. And in the center, I figured we can have a couple of benches. All right, so right here, something white then. Maybe a cosmos. And since this is going to be the entrance about, we can probably put something white here as well. On this one, we can put the tabletop tree, and then over here, we can put the candle. So we have a nice little mix of things. All right, so I think now just time to plant some flowers. Now we can probably have some red ones next to each other, some white ones next to each other from time to time. Yeah, okay, so I think we needed to do that. All right, let's put a lily here and then something white here again. All right, this is coming together and not looking too bad. Again, I'll keep this area free. Maybe we can have something here on the corner. And let's work our way back around. Something red here. Something red here. And maybe a couple of whites next to each other. Because it looks like that's just going to happen once in a while. No problem. All right, so we have almost our first layer here. And then we can go on and do like the second row. And does it really matter? Nope, it doesn't matter at all. Does not matter at all what we have where. Just going to try to mix it up a little bit, make it pretty. Again, we're going to have two reds next to each other here, or we could have two whites next to each other. It doesn't matter. And now we can go around and do a second layer. And then maybe we'll put something in the middle. I think a couple of chairs. We might even have a tree. And then put a chair in front, maybe a pile of presents. We'll figure it out. Do we want anything around here? Maybe. We might be able to put a bush. Maybe some bushes in here. Maybe a couple of bushes here. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Doesn't have to be overdone. Our last one was a little bit too crowded, I think. You could tell because you start to get a lot of lag. Now, in case you haven't seen how to, if you stand your first whatever it is, if you use something again, it'll plant directly in front of you, and then it actually does have a pattern that it will follow. Oh, I think we need another red one. Maybe I think I might put two reds next to each other here, because this is going to have too much white. So we'll put a white one where I'm standing now, and then a red one in front of it. Oh, that's another lily. That's okay, it doesn't matter. And then over here we can do something red again. And in between some of these things we could probably put, I don't know, we'll figure something. Probably mostly flowers though. We might want to take this out a little bit, expand that brick. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think we had talked in one of the earlier videos that the villagers do like to walk on paths. You will find that. They really do seem to enjoy walking on the pathway. If this is a visitor? Oops, I'm sorry. Hello. Oh, you are. You're a penguin. Frigga. Hello. It's funny because I do seem to have some penguins and some nice cold villagers on this island, which is very nice. All right, so let's continue. That was a nice little break. Boy, I hope I don't run out of flowers. We might even be able to, oh, let's throw a piece of moss in here. Look pretty at night. I think we need something red here and white here. We may be able to put a couple of pieces of moss in here. All right, we're gonna have to get some more flowers. Let's put a couple of pieces of moss in places. We can probably put that gyrate away. They all look alike, don't they? Okay, that's fine. I might put a bush in the corner there. All right, let's get some more flowers. We'll put a few things away first. What I should do, really, is drop some things so I can gather more flowers. Okay, let's do that, and we will drop these things. I'll keep that in case we get a flower or something where it doesn't belong. I'll keep that in case we see a gift flying over, because we can use some gifts. I can use some other things so that I can start doing more things on Slumber Islands. All right, now, just because it's going to bug me, we'll put that there, and that there, and that there. And let's go gather some more flowers, some red and white flowers, whatever we have. Are we still in our flower section? Yes, we are. They'll grow. I'm not worried about them. I must have had to make something using tulips. That could have been my original thing when I had to make something for the first couple of villagers. All right. I think maybe a few other things we might be able to put around our garden are some street lights, because the dream address probably will be saved at night. And this way it'll make it a little bit easier, a little bit more visible. Oh, we're full pockets. Okay, so let's keep going. So rather than a bush on the corner, maybe we'll put some lights. Maybe I can put a light here. Actually, yeah, close to every rock, at least somewhere. Okay, so let's plant some more flowers. And then we can think about, we might be able to put a light right there. We can think about other things that we're going to put in here. For some reason, I think the lilies are very pretty. And I wonder if I'm partial to them because, again, on my first island, that was the flower, that was my original flower. So I've always really liked the lilies. But you know what? Maybe not, because I think it's just a matter of personal taste. Because I really think the mums are pretty. And I've never liked the roses in this game. I just don't think they're very pretty at all. I don't know if there's a better way to do them. But yeah, I just don't think they're very pretty. And anyway, let's continue. That's a white, near a white, so let's put a red. And let's put a white in front of it. Maybe another piece of moss, why not? They always take longer than you think it will, doesn't it? But that's okay. Just relaxing gameplay. I wonder if there's something else. Anything that anybody want to talk about in the update? As I said, I was so delightfully surprised at how much fun the Slumber Island was. We really did enjoy that. As I mentioned earlier, we first started working apart when he was doing the restaurant and I was making the railroad. But once I put the railroad in and I had some, I think I used the plaza train, we worked together on finding the best seat that would work. And it kind of bugged me a little bit because I did want it to be functional. But on the other hand, if it was functional, they were just spaced so far apart, and I really didn't like the way that looked. So we kind of, made a combo. However, after we were sitting there trying to figure out the best way to get that going, we started working together. We put out a Santa sleigh. We did some, I don't think we did any fencing, but we were doing quite a bit. And I would say we got most of it done. Now, my friend works overnights and I work day and evening. So he had to go, it was about 4 o'clock his time, and he had to go to work. So I think he starts at 7 and he had to eat and, do a few things before he could go into work. So, we reluctantly had to quit, but he says, oh my gosh, wow, the time flew on that. We were really having a good time. So I was starting to get all sorts of ideas. Oh my goodness, we can make a summer island. We can make a spring island. We can do this. We can do that. And so I realized, well, I'm going to need some more things. So I also realized I never got the permit for the sand path. So I had to go in and buy the permit for the sand path today inside of Nook Shopping. Or sorry, at the machine. I think we're going to put a white one there. We're going to have to pull that one up. This red lily up. We got too much white. Too much red in a row. So let's put a white. Let's put a white one in its place. Is it going to go in the... Okay, all right. For a second, I thought it was going to go right where my feet were. All right, so maybe we can pull out some street lights, and we'll get some more flowers. We have more white flowers. Let's plant those before we run back to... And we can get some bushes. Oh, I meant that to go here. Darn it. I forgot it. If you don't have the hole buried, it will go right where you're standing. All right, so let's try that again. And I can remember when I was first starting this, I used to think that just digging any hole would wear out your shovel. But if you ever noticed, your shovel does not wear out at just digging a hole or digging up a tree root. Like if after you chop a tree, it wears out only at either digging something up or something like that. It's specific spots. But I was also wondering, a tiny part of me had hoped that maybe, just maybe, Nintendo would change the coding to actually have the gold tools not break. Gosh, the breaking tools are annoying, aren't they? Oh boy. And I know that there's no way I'm going to do all of the requirements that it takes to get some of these gold tools. The easiest one, I think, is to get the golden watering can, because you get a 5-star island and you'll get the golden watering can. But some of the others, goodness, there's no way. I'm not going to catch every fish, because there's certain times that I play, certain times that I don't play. So some of these things will be impossible. Now, when I first did do an island, I did want to try to make my island as functional as possible. So I wanted to make sure that I did have rivers and ponds on the higher tiers. Is that red? Yes, it's red, not pink. Okay. And that way I'd be able to catch whatever fish I wanted. And yes, I could go in and change the time and time skip and find ways to allow myself to catch every fish, but it's just too tedious. Do I enjoy the fishing? Yes, from time to time, but I just don't have it in me to do all of that. All right, let's see. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we still got plenty of room. Let's get something out again. Let's look for the street lights, if we have them. To be honest, we could probably drop a few star fragments too, couldn't we? So, and I think maybe a couple of mum cushions. Street light. Okay, let's sort, because we should be near street light. There we go. Do we want this street lamp or the one with the round? I kind of like the other one better. Is that one called a round street lamp? I don't remember. But we are in the S's, right? So let's just go to the R's. Yep. I think another thing that we could probably put in here is some of the topiary. Let's go to the T's. Let's see, that's the S. Let's go to the T's, because I think it's triangular. Is that the one? Yeah. Let's get a few of those. And my ever-loving favorite, the tulip surprise. Oh, now we're full. Okay. Well, let's plant some more things. Maybe we'll put a couple of tulip surprise boxes and just have some fun. All right. So let's put a round street lamp right here. Whoops, I'm not far back enough. Middle row I think is nice for this. Do I have something in here? Every one of them? Yes, I do not wish to block either of these, so let's pull up this flower and put a street lamp in its place. Now I'm going to do this because if I use my foot, I'll just end up picking petals off of one of them. Okay, so let's do that. All right. And then we're going to want a street lamp here maybe. So we do kind of want it random, yet not random. So, you know, kind of around each of these. Did I want it? let's do it here because we have 2 white ones in a row. So let's do it here. Now, if y'all have any other better ideas that might work a little better than what I'm having, if there's something that you think I could do to improve this area to make it look a little prettier, by all means, let me know. Because I have mentioned, am not an expert. But sometimes one of the reasons that I do like this game is that really anything is correct. You can really make anything pretty. Did we get them all? I think we did. All right. Now if I do a topiary, we might put that in the corner. Oh dear, we hear a balloon, don't we? We do. Now I have to see, where is it? There it is. And we're going to have to get whatever it is because we just do. Anyone else bugged by that? And even if they're in the middle of something, they'll go ahead and try to hit the balloon anyway. By the way, it only took me 2 shots that time. Oh, my kids laugh at me because sometimes I can just shoot and not get those stupid balloons. What did we get? We got iceberg flooring, which I might know already, and I do not. Okay, wonderful. All right, let's continue. Maybe we can put a mum cushion here. And maybe another mum cushion here. For some reason it was bugging me right there. All right, that's another topiary. Oh, darn it. There we go. To be honest, there we go. Now I have a little bit of an angle. Almost looks nice, doesn't it? Okay. And then there. Now we have a little corner, and I might put another so that people can walk in. That'll be our entrance. Then maybe we can put another one here. And that is a little bit angled as well. Okay, but I'll have to get the other triangular one, I think. Okay, now I definitely do not want to put anything that's too difficult in front of that. So we want to be able to see the rabbit. Maybe a mum cushion. These don't go where we want them to, do they? Okay. Well, either way. All right. What's everybody think? How are we looking here? And then I think, again, we can probably put some bushes in around these corners. You know what? I think I changed my mind on this. It's too tall. Let's pull up some bushes instead, maybe. All right. Don't you love it when people change their mind? Was I making that a corner for the bush? Yes, I was. Okay, so here, let's put a red flower then. And then maybe we can put a bush on every corner. So we'll put a bush there, and then we are kind of... And we'll put a bush here for an entrance. Okay. And here. So let's do it before I forget or before we. Okay, that looks very nice. Okay. Somehow this is bugging me. And I think I'm going to change my mind on a few things here. Whoops. However, this is... okay, no, it's not going to be angled then. All right. Well, we'll have to give it a think. Do I want like bushes lining the whole entrance, maybe? We did say we wanted a bush on every corner. Ugh, this is really bugging me. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, we'll figure this out. Because that looks angled there. So let's go back to the mum cushion. And then, not there, but one in front of it. And we'll put a flower there. Or, wasn't the bush just there and I got bugged by it? Yes, okay. So let's do a red flower. And that is going to be the bush, and then over here, maybe I can put another mum cushion. Maybe, we'll see. Do I have another mum cushion? I do not. Yes, I do. Okay. There. That doesn't really matter. Okay. So I was wondering, should I use a different color mum cushion, but it doesn't really matter either way. All right, so now we can put a bush on the corner, a bush on the corner. A lot of this I'm just overthinking, and it doesn't really matter because, as I said, no matter what you do, there is no wrong answer in Animal Crossing. You can do all sorts of things, and it's just not wrong. Alrighty, let's go put our bush here. And we'll take this down because I've totally changed my mind on it. But that's, again, part of Animal Crossing is we have that choice. We can, there isn't a wrong answer. So it's whatever people want at the time. Kind of like Bob Ross used to say, this is your world. And whatever you want, it's good. In your world, if you want to, darn it. In your world, if you want a flower there, you put a flower there. If you want a mum cushion there, you put a mum cushion there. This is your world. So speaking of Bob Ross, I don't know if anybody here knows, I actually do paint. I'm by no means an expert, but I'm not half bad. I do enjoy it quite a bit. couple more of the glowing moss around. Why not? Look, butterflies, they must be happy. Flowers. For anybody who is interested, you will find much more. Ugh, we didn't want that there. For anybody who is interested, if you're ever doing the bug catching contests or anything, or just wanting to catch bugs in general, they do like to hang around the flowers. So especially when, like the bug tournament or something comes around, flowers is a good place to look for bugs. All right, so I think the rest can be filled by flowers. Then we can go get our middle and set it up. And again, we'll have an entrance here. Now, most likely I'm going to be picking up all this brick unless we figure out something to do there. And then I do have it set that we can go to any of these and not have to dig a hole behind us. Let me pick up that because it's bugging me. We might be able to have small trees here in the corner, or maybe some of those snowflakes, illuminated snowflakes. They always look nice. I can't believe the first thing we did was actually a flower garden. Most people, I think, when they start an island, their first build is not a flower garden. But hey, I'm different. I'm Chris Angel. I don't think I wanted that red flower there. I think I wanted a white flower there. What am I doing? All right, let's put a lily there. The lilies are so pretty. But as I said, when I first played, that was the first plant that I got was the lily. I think I had lilies and tulips, if I remember correctly. And they really are pretty. We still have to get... This one definitely needs a white flower right here in this little corner. Let's put a Cosmo there. To be honest, though, no, that works okay. That's okay. We'll put a red one here. And a red one here. Running out of red. I almost feel like oh, that's I was wondering, what is that noise I'm hearing? It's the gyroid. I knew I love the bubbles. The bubbles are just so darn cute. I don't think I have red left, do I? Okay, yes we do. We have one more red. Well, we're finally getting to the end of this. I'm kind of getting tired of this garden. Oh my goodness. Okay. It doesn't look like we need too much left. A couple more flowers. We're going to put the topiary away. Okay, that needs flowers. No flowers here because it's our entrance. And we need a couple of red flowers here. A red flower here. Maybe another bunny there or something. I don't know. And some white flowers. Okay, so let's see what else we have. All right, let's get stuff out. Let's put I totally forgot about this. Why do we get so distracted? All right, let's go back to the flowers. do so get distracted. Oh boy. Okay, so for the middle, I thought we could put some chairs. I like the garden. The garden. These 1, 2. Maybe we can put one of these in the corner and another one in the corner. And what else? What else can we put? I guess we'll figure it out. We'll come back and see. All right. Let's go to those corners or those spots that we want to have. I think I'll put a red tulip surprise box. I forgot to put those away. Didn't realize how noisy that gyroid was. All right, let's shoot down another balloon. And as I said, I'm notoriously bad at aiming at these. My daughters like to make fun of me for how much I miss. Uh-oh. Oh, there went my slingshot. Well, I guess that's my question about whether Nintendo decided to go ahead and make the golden tools last forever. The answer is nope, they didn't, because my golden slingshot just broke. All right, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. I think, despite the fact that I have a red one right there, I'm going to have to go for another red one because we have so much white around here. Okay, and let's put another red one here. Okay, we're finally getting done here. Might need some more red. Gosh darn it. Am I already out? Yes, I am. Okay, so let's go and fill in a few whites. Maybe, no, we have that there. Okay. Put another white one here. Another white one here. And another white one here. And we just need a few more. And I might put one here just for fun. Really? Why are you telling me that? Does everybody hear my clock? I just find myself very amused by these. Oh no. It's the dreaded 2 o'clock music. Oh, no. We better hurry up and finish this up. Oh, goodness, my daughters and I hate the dreaded 2 o'clock music. Ugh. All right, we're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that. Keep that, keep that. Let's see. Done with that. Done with that. We'll keep that. Keep that, and that goes. Okay, so we're going to get something else. First thing we're going to have to do is get a slingshot. So let's get a slingshot. Or we'll have to make a slingshot. Where are our tools? The tools are at the top. Do I even have a golden slingshot? The answer might be no. And I do not. All right, we'll have to make a slingshot. We'll have to make a slingshot, and then we'll make a golden one. Hopefully I have that recipe. Okay, so back to the flowers. We need some red flowers still. I think My favorites are the lilies and the mums, I think. So let's get a couple of mums. Maybe another tulip. And I don't think I need that many red ones, but just in case. Okay. And now, what else were we going to get? Oh, cripes. Don't you hate it when you forget this stuff? Okay. All right. So we want a red one here. The dreaded 2 o'clock music. Da-da, da-da. I like to whine while I play crossing. Do 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 do. Oh wow, that worked out well. All right, I think we have it all. Now, walk carefully through here so we don't kill anything. Okay, so maybe in the corner, this corner maybe, we can put an illuminated tree. That's the bench. And why not? Let's go symmetrical. Uh-oh, it's a golden one. I don't have a slingshot. Darn it. Can we make a slingshot real quick? Is one of these a bench? Yes, it is. All right. Can we make a slingshot? The other thing I love about the new update is the fact that we can, oh, that's craftable. Okay. Is the fact that we can do this from our storage. Which is just so nice. I'm still spoiled by that because I don't recognize that we can do that yet, and it's awesome. So what do we think of my garden? Is it dumb looking? You know, should I have done better? Where did our, oh, there it is. Is there anything I'm missing? Anything that I could do better? Obviously, let's see what we got here. A bath stool. Place it. Oh, what a dumb looking thing. I don't think I'm ever going to use something like that. What a waste. Okay. All right, fine. So, what do we want to do with the benches? Put them back to back? Let's see. I think so. So we'll probably have to put something next to the benches. All right. All right, something's missing. We're gonna have to put something here. Maybe a couple of tables, a drink, a hot chocolate, something like that. Something is missing. I almost wonder, should I have made those green? But anyway, we'll stop here for now because we've certainly gone on long enough. But we do have a very nice garden now. And you can let me know your thoughts. Feel free to leave comments, any ideas that you have. I'd love to hear them. And we will continue trying to build another Christmas or winter themed island. For now, thank you for watching and bye.